advised the respective offices of the members of this House I will refer to in this point of order. It is extremely sad that the Home Secretary hasn't the guts to admit to his appalling remark made about my Stockton North constituency from the front bench and apologise to the people I have the privilege of representing. There was quite a chain of events last week. After I raised the matter on the floor of the House, the Home Secretary first denied he had said anything at all. The Government then sent out the Tory party chairman, the honourable member for North West Durham, to tell the media that no words had been uttered from the Treasury bench. Next up, the Leader of the House, who said she had been told by the Home Secretary he didn't say anything, and she believed him. She didn't help matters by referring to Billington instead of Billingham. Clearly, he took them both for fools, as he later admitted his foul language, but tried to minimise the damage to his reputation by claiming his remark was aimed at me. Well, that's all right then, but it's untrue and has been shown to be untrue, and my thanks go to the Mirror and other wizards out there who have proved that to be the case.
I'm listening carefully to the honourable gentleman. He's used the word untrue. I think he could find another way of expressing that. I'm sure that he would not wish to say that a right honourable member of this House had uttered something that was untrue.
I think you offer me a considerable challenge there, but perhaps the Home Secretary has misadvertently misled people across the country in relation to this particular matter. But this matters, Madam Deputy Speaker. People take notice. They take notice of the things that the Home Secretary says, and his talking down of Stockton and Teesside can have consequences. He may have whispered in your ear, Madam Deputy Speaker, but can you advise me if you've got any powers to order the Home Secretary to return to the dispatch box and apologise in person for insulting Stockton, rather than hide behind the half-truths uttered on his behalf by an official?
I thank the honourable gentleman for his point of order. He will recall that I answered a similar point of order to him last week when he raised one aspect of this matter, and at that point I reminded all members of the need for good temper and moderation in the language they use in this chamber. The honourable gentleman asks me if I have power to require the Home Secretary to return to the chamber. I don't need such a power. The Home Secretary has voluntarily returned to the chamber, and if he would care to make a point of order further to that point of order, the chamber will hear him. Secretary of State.
Further to that point of order, Madam Deputy Speaker, for the avoidance of doubt, the honourable gentleman accused me of making derogatory remarks about his constituency. And my response issued through my office was that I did not, would not, and would never make such comments about his constituency. What I said was a comment about him. My apology was for using unparliamentary language, but I will make it absolutely clear, Madam Deputy Speaker, for the avoidance of doubt, with no ambiguity, I did not, would not. Then what are you calling me, sir?
The honourable gentleman asked for the Home Secretary to come back to the chamber to issue an apology. He is doing so, so it is not enough. So the honourable gentleman ought to hear what the Home Secretary has to say and not to shout from his sedentary position, please. Home Secretary.
Madam Deputy Speaker, I know what I said. I rejected the accusation that I criticised his constituency. My criticism, which I made from a sedentary position about the honourable gentleman, used inappropriate language, for which I apologise. But I will not accept that my criticism was of his constituency, because it was not. then what are you saying, sir?
Order. This is not a debate, and the matter is now closed. The Right Honourable Gentleman, the Home Secretary, has rightly come to the Chamber. He has apologised to the Honourable Gentleman. That is an apology which is rightly due to the Honourable Gentleman, and I hope he will accept it. No, I'm not taking. Well, I will briefly listen to the Honourable Gentleman, but I wish to close this matter.
I don't actually require any apology for an insult against me because it didn't happen. But the fact is, even as you've just intimated that the Home Secretary has apologised to me, he has not apologised to me. He has not apologised to the people of my constituency. He has apologised for using unparliamentary language.
Yeah, that's right.
The Honourable Gentleman, the Right Honourable Gentleman, has issued an apology. I require an apology for the use of unparliamentary language, and the Right Honourable Gentleman, the Home Secretary, has given that apology. It is my understanding that he has also apologised to the Honourable Gentleman. Whether the Honourable Gentleman accepts it or not is a matter for him. I require an apology. The Home Secretary has issued that apology, and the matter is now closed. And I must say that the people who elected us to this place expect us to concentrate now on the very serious matters that we have been discussing and that we are going on to discuss.